Hi, welcome to Glass Moose. This is Sandy and I'm going to show you how to make these cute little clover rings or flower rings. I'm using bicone beads and seed beads and some trilene or fishing line thread. Let me back out a little bit, show you everything I've got here. I've got seed beads size 8/0. These are Precosa Czechoslovakian. They seem to be a little more consistent in size and shape rather than Chinese beads do. Again, size 8. You'll need some bicones that will form the flower. And these are size 8s. These are size 6s. Here's a size 8. These are size 6s, so it just depends on how big you want your flower. This one here has drops instead of bicones, so it just makes a bigger flower. Again, my seed beads, you'll need 4 bicone beads or flowers. You'll need 1 center of your flower, and again your seed beads. And we're going to do it the same exact method, the ladder stitch method, like we did in this bracelet. And this tutorial you can print out with all the step-by-steps as well as the material list. I'm using trilene again, 12 inches of that. If you use elastic, just make sure you can get it through the seed bead 2 times, and then some glue or fingernail polish to anchor your knot when you get that done. Okay, we're going to start off with, again, about 12 inches of thread, and I'm going to load on 9 seed beads. And what we're going to do is we're starting to make this loop down here. I'm just going to move this out of the way so you don't have to sit here and watch me thread beads on. So we're going to start with 9, 4 on one side. If you do a center different one, like we did in our other video, then you'd want 4 of them, your center color one, different color, and then 4 on the other side. So there's 4, here's my center one, and then 4 more. Notice that I'm not trying to pick up the seed beads, I'm just kind of flipping them. And that's why I like using trilene. It is a little stiffer, so I can just pick the beads up with the thread itself versus having to use a needle. Okay, so then I'm going to put a bicone on each end, and I'm using the bigger ones just so you can see a little easier. 1 bicone on one side, 1 bicone on the other side. Then you can do it one of 2 ways. We're going to cross through the center bead. I'm just using a different color so that you can see it and it stands out. You can either feed both of them up through and out the other side, or you can crisscross it. It really doesn't matter in the finished product, whichever way you want to do it. I'm crisscrossing it. Then we're going to add the other bicone to finish the flower. 1 on each thread. And then 4 seed beads. And again, go to glassmoose.com, click on our cart portfolio link, and you can download these instructions for free, step by step. 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to do the ladder stitch, which is just simply taking a bead. You can do the same color again or a different color and cross through. I need to start working with bigger beads. My eyes are getting old. Cross through. There we go. Pull it tight. And we're going to make 5 loops, 3 loops of 5 beads. Now you can adjust this depending on the size of ring that you want and the size of seed beads that you're using. Some seed beads are a little larger or a little less consistent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you want a smaller ring, you might want to alternate, go 4 seed beads, 5 seed beads, 4 seed beads, etc. I forgot to mention on my other video of just the regular finger lace that your ultimate goal for about a 6.5 inch size ring, if you use your, I wish somebody would get the hint and actually print a ruler on our mats here, but I've used Sharpie marker and I've just kind of figured out about what I use the most. And so for a ring, I generally tend to try to go for a 2 1/4 inch size, and that makes it about a size 6.5, which is standard if you're making these for craft shows and things. And because we are doing the ladder stitch, they do have a little give, even though we're using a solid wire or a solid thread. Okay, so again, lace it through and cross over and continue that. So you don't have to watch me do this. I've got this one all ready to go. Okay, so we started with 9 seed beads down here, a center one different if you want. Put on a bicone, cross through the center, the second bicone, 4 more beads, and then cross, 5, cross, 5, cross, 5, cross, 5, and I'm ready to finish it up now. So I find it easiest if I just kind of flip it over so that my finished one is up here. And if you squeeze it, if you're not using a different color, typically if you squeeze it together, that center one's going to kind of pop to the top. Or you could count them. Feed one side through and then simply make an overhand knot. And because these are rings and I'm using trilene, which is a really easy to knot thread, I knot it several times. I give it 3 or 4 knots. 2, 3, whatever. And because I don't like to cut my thread right where the knot is, through there, I'll fish my thread. See, it doesn't want to get knotted again. I'll fish my thread back through some of my seed beads. Just kind of push them up to the top. See how that's coming through there. Same with the other side. You can go through the same beads again, or if you're using the stretch and you have a hard time getting it back through, you can send them through any of them. Really doesn't matter. You just want to kind of tuck that tail down somewhere, and it's going to make your knot a little safer. Okay, now before I cut these, I add a little glue to it, or fingernail polish works fine. The reason I do it before I cut them is because a lot of times that knot will literally disappear into those beads, or it's hard to find again. So, and this is great because it's not like super glue. You can actually handle it and not have your fingers stick together. This is the worst part though, getting that lid back on. So it's tacky, but it doesn't stick your fingers together, and when it dries solid hard. And again, fingernail polish works the same way. And then simply clip your threads. And I should have showed you, when you lay this out, again, it's going to finish at about 2 1/4 for rings. That's what seems to work best. And like I said, I wish somebody would actually print a ruler, 7" for bracelets, stretch bracelets, 7 1/2 for regular size bracelets, 8 if you want a little larger, 9 1/2 for an ankle bracelet. And all of these numbers are also out on our website that you can download for a nice little reference chart. But you can see here, this one again is going to finish off about 6 1/2, but because of the way it's laced together, you can really stretch it, you know, and go up to almost a 9 wearing this. So it's a great craft project, simple, easy, great sellers, especially if you do the little clovers for St. Patrick's Day. Red hat ladies love the little bling on that one. If you just do a simple little one like this, you could easily tie it off into a knot and turn that into an earring to match. Thanks for watching. Again, go to glassmoose.com to download our instructions, or give me a call or an email. My email is sandy@glassmoose.com. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you want to see any other videos. I'd be happy to make one for you.